This week's Parsha tells us about the Orei Miklat, the person who murders without malice, without any intent. He becomes exiled to the safe zone, the Orei Miklat. He only gets to leave once the Cohen Gadol, the high priest, finally dies. The question is, why does the Cohen Gadol dying have anything to do with the person leaving the Orei Miklat? You killed. It was terrible. And now, wait your time. Whenever the Torah tells us your time is up, you shall leave. Why is it that the Torah links your release with only the death of the Cohen Gadol? The Gemara in Masechta Makos, Daf Yud Beis Amud Aleph reveals to us that the Cohen Gadol is somewhat responsible for this murder. A leader of any capacity in a community is responsible for all of the actions of the members of the community. Klal Yisrael, governed and led by the Cohen Gadol, the high priest, he failed to daven for peace. He failed to daven for all of the community in such a way that an accidental murder happened and he's somewhat responsible. However, Rambam in Mourning gives a different perspective as to why the Cohen Gadol is responsible. To give some background to the Dvar, there is a chakira, a back-and-forth discussion, so to speak, as to why a person is exiled. Why do you go to Galus? Why does the Orei Miklat fix any of these issues? Is it that you are being punished? You're being sent out of the camp, and therefore you must dwell in this city, chutz lamachana? Or is it because it's a zechus? It's a safe zone. It's something that you merited. It's something good for you. You now are being hunted by the avenger of the blood, the person who you killed by accident. And now the Torah grants you a safe zone for you to hang out. Two different ways of looking at what the Orei Miklat is. The Rambam tells us in his Sefer Mourning, the Guide to the Perplexed, that the second one is true. Continues the Rambam, that's why the death of the Cohen Gadol is your key to freedom. When the Cohen Gadol dies, there is nothing that brings a nation together than mourning together, then looking up, zooming out, all as one. They don't deal with their personal problems anymore because we're all suffering. It would be easy for us to argue that the Cohen Gadol would be perhaps the most well-liked man of his generation. So when the Cohen Gadol passes away, Rachmana litzlan, everyone joins together in weeping for him. When that happens, people disregard and they forget about their personal problems. With that, says the Rambam, there's no more reason for Galus. Your adversary, the person hunting you, no longer wants to hunt you. Everybody is coming together to mourn a larger tragedy, and they're no longer interested in their petty personal problems. In a time like this, the 3 weeks when we all come together to mourn the Beis HaMikdash, to mourn that we lost this holy edifice, the Beis HaMikdash, Golu me'artzeinu, we've been exiled. Yes, there has been times that we have been wronged by our friends. We want to take revenge. We want to set the record straight. But when we come together at a time like this to mourn Berabim as one community, as one congregation, what a special opportunity to put aside your petty personal problems. That's not to put down the petty personal problems, but in the wake and zooming out of a larger problem together as a nation, mourning something. It gives us an opportunity to put aside our interpersonal relationship, machloksim,